Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Do You Mind podcast. Today, I have my special guest with me, Alex Lugo. Alex, you want to introduce yourself for us real quick?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Alex Lugo. I am the owner of Lugo's Auto Everything. Actually, I just rebranded to Hub City Pit Stop. There you go. That's the new one.
Nice. So, how long you been doing like mechanic work?
Man, as far as I can remember, uh, I've been working on cars since I was like 15, 14, maybe a little bit younger, you know what I mean? But solidly, I could say I've been really building up myself for around 8 years.
8 years. Sounds
Solid
good.
8 years, I'd say, yeah.
What made you want to go into that type of field?
Man, to be honest, I don't even know, man. Okay, so I had some friends down the road from my ranch. They had a lot of stuff that I didn't, and the stuff that they had was motorized and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I guess maybe that really kind of moved it forward from me wanting to do stuff involved with motors and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then I had an uncle, his name was David. He really taught me a lot. My dad taught me a lot too, but he was always working by the time I was the age I was, you know what I mean, trying to do other things.
for
He was
sure.
always trying to provide for us and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Of course. So, do you feel like it was like a natural fit into that kind of work you're doing, or did you have to do a lot of trial and error to get good at it?
So, I mean, I did a lot of other things. You know what I mean? I went to the oil field. I went to the car wash for a while. I did car wash stuff. Off topic, I was in Arkansas for a while and I was building airplanes. And now every time I look up at an airplane, they're like, "Oh man, you know what? What if my part's on there?"
One of my parts on there. That could be a thing for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, well, man, you know what? Look at that 757 up there. You used to make parts for those. I was outside, bro.
I've
I
heard
was
some stories.
outside. Okay, well, yeah, I was outside, bro. To be honest, whenever I was younger, I was kind of to myself, stuff like that. We lived in a ranch that was kind of far away out, probably around 8, 9 miles out of Alice. You know what I mean? So I was never really in Alice, but I was always outside at the ranch.
Yeah, I actually I've been to your house before, as a matter of fact.
What?
Long time
No
ago.
way.
I want to say it was my senior year of high school. And of course, I was up to no good, Life's changed a lot since then.
Yeah, exactly.
But
If you were in my house, then yeah, for sure.
yeah, so yeah, I was actually at your house and I used to roll with this guy named Ethan Vela. Remember him?
Oh, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember now.
We had some fallouts. Like
Totally random.
we're not really like I wouldn't say we're on bad terms. It's just life kind of shifted to where we took different paths and that's perfectly okay.
Hey, you know what? I have so many friends that we've taken past, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's all love, man. We want everyone to succeed just as much as the other person, man.
Facts, man. I mean, if he called me today, I'd answer the phone, and it would be like nothing ever happened. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, thanks.
if that
Yeah.
ever happens, we'll find out. We're still in our 20s, so life is a long way from now. But that's pretty cool. Speaking of that, way back in the day, before who you are now, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I'll be completely transparent. What I knew of you back then is completely different than what I'm hearing from you today. Like everyone tells me so many good things about you right now. So I want to know what happened from, let's just say, 10 years ago to today. What was that transition like in your life?
10 years ago, I'd say that I guess around 20 2014, my grandma passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it kind of hit me a little bit and it changed me, realizing that the rest of my life I wasn't gonna be able to show her anything that I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that kind of messed with me. And after that, I guess, I was never really a bad person, but I just wanted to do better. You know what I mean? Like I was at my first job, one of my first mechanic jobs that actually made me realize that I wanted to be a mechanic. I was at Transwood. My cousin Homer actually got me that job, and man, I loved it. It was bad. So we were working one day. Everyone knew the family situation. My grandma's situation. She had stomach cancer, and she didn't really tell anybody about it until the last minute. So that kind of hurt. So I was working, we were working, and I see him walking up to my truck, and he's like, he just gives me that look, you know what I mean? So that really messed with me. I wanted to achieve a lot more before, you know what I mean? But you can never, you can't control those things.
For sure.
So that's
That's
really what
good.
what made me change a little bit.
That's good. You do it for her,
I
like
was always that
subconsciously.
party guy. Yeah, I was always that like party guy and let's go sesh it out and stuff like that. I still am that sesh guy, but I do things differently these days, man. Barely.
I can tell because the people, like when you commented, like when I was like, "Who wants to be on the podcast for this season?" When you commented, I think you commented like more of a as a joke, but you were half serious. And then people were actually
Yeah, I
like,
was like,
"Yeah," they were like, "Let's do it! Like y'all should do it." And I was seeing all the like the positive feedback. I even had people message me saying like we should do it, and I'm like, "Wow!" Like that's. I mean, if people want to hear it, for sure, you know what I mean. And I don't. I
yeah,
can't say I've ever known you personally, so I've only heard things. So hearing things and getting to know someone is two different very things. Because people
yeah,
in
for
Alex
sure.
like to
You
exaggerate
see,
some
cause,
things.
cause, like you said, you known me way before. You hung out with me a couple times way before, and that perspective is just long gone, man. Like I don't, I've changed for the better a lot, and I try to change for the better every day, bro.
It's powerful, man. I've came a long way. I don't know if you know this, but I moved to San Antonio like about 2019 ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And the reason why I did that is because I was stuck in this weird loop where I knew how I was being was not good. Like I didn't have a good reputation at one point. Like everyone knew me as like a cool dude to be around, but I was always involved in bullshit. Like I had a bad drug problem, anger management issues. I was always involved in people's stuff, and I was like I ain't gonna lie to you, I was pretty bad. I was the type of dude that would like help you like hear you vent about your girl, and then like 2 days later I'm hanging out with her at a fucking restaurant and shit. Like you know what I mean? Like we all
I mean,
cuddled up and shit.
I think I think everyone has that phase, man, and I feel sorry for the people that don't live out of it, I guess. You know what I mean?
I kind of had to, bro, because someone literally burned my house down, like trying to get me, and that's when I was like, "Oh, I'm really pissing people off at this point." So,
Yeah, man, that's a wake up call right there. You know what I mean?
but also, I'm curious since you've gone through a big journey as a person. So, along the way, did you lose a lot of people who you thought were friends because of you deciding to move a little different?
If I'm being honest, my friend group has always been more or less the same.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple people that have not stopped a couple things that I like that I kind of beamed myself away from. But I haven't really had any like, fallouts with anybody or you like, F you this, F you that. I hate you or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I don't think I've had any problems with keeping friends or having friends because if you don't want to be in my life, bro, I don't need you in my life because I work, bro. Like that's all I do. Yeah, I'm at home. I'm on the phone working, trying to bust out some deals, trying to make a contract with some random company that I just met the guy from. You know what I mean? Like or whatever.
yeah,
So if I feel like I don't want to be around you, I don't need to be around you. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. I'm a people pleaser. I'm very much a people pleaser, and but I also like to please myself. So if I feel weird vibes, man, I'm gonna kind of go away. You know what I mean?
for sure. Which you should always trust your intuition. I
Yeah,
think my
yeah.
intuition's only been wrong one time, and I actually told that person I was wrong about them. But 9 times out of 10, like just meeting someone, just the introduction, I can tell if I like you or not. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people say it's judgmental, but I'm like, I don't know. I've never been wrong so far except for one time. But that's
Yeah,
cool.
I haven't been wrong either, man. I have a couple friends that I wish I could have stayed in contact with,
Yeah.
but everyone has their own life, man. One day, if there was something about us that needed to be together, we'll be together, just to chill or whatever,
Exactly.
or you know.
I had to realize that life is like if you simplify life, it's like a big book, right? And some people are not meant to make it to the ending. Just like a TV show, a lot of the characters from season one don't make it to the end, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
story continues
Yeah, for
regardless,
sure.
but the story wouldn't have been as great if they weren't part of it. So sometimes people just
Nah,
they serve
yeah.
their purpose in your life, and they're on to the next thing. They need to focus on maybe their story, or maybe
Growth.
they're part of
Yeah,
someone else's journey.
that's growing, man. Yeah,
I had a hard
that's
time
growing.
accepting that at one point because I used to be like, I don't know. I think it's more of like abandonment issues. Like you were supposed to be here regardless. So why are
Yeah,
like what happened? You know
yeah,
what I mean? Because like also too, I don't know if you ever struggled with this, but I go through a phase where it's like I wouldn't do that to you. So why the fuck are you doing that to me? You know what I mean? And you take it personal when really it's just life, bro. It's literally just life, and you can't take things too serious because it's gonna eat you up and stuff. At least that's how
yeah,
I
for
see it.
sure. There's some people that have contributed to my kindliness these days that are no longer in my life.
Hmm.
If I'm being honest, I wouldn't do anything to change that. I am who I am, uh, because of what's happened along the way. If they don't need to be here right now, if they're filling their own life somewhere else without me, that's cool, man. But you know what? Pick up a phone, call me someday or something like that. Let me know how you're doing. That'd be great. You know what I mean?
So you're all positive energy from this point on in your life.
I try it. I think I have like emotion issues
Hmm.
because I don't man, if I ever get mad, I'm mad, man. But you got to get me to that point to even be mad
Yeah, I feel that 100%.
because I don't I don't have a reason to be mad. The only thing that can make me mad is me.
Hmm.
So if you're making me mad, it's because of me.
The
It's
only
because I'm listening to you
the
or
only
something like that.
thing
You know what I mean?
you have control of in this life is yourself. And if you can't control that,
And your
brother,
emotions.
you
Yeah.
got nothing if you can't even control yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nobody can control themselves 24/7.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know what
you're
I mean?
human.
So there is times where I can't control myself and I have, emotional breakdowns and I get sad for a while. But ultimately, like I've always done mostly everything by myself. You know what I mean? So if I'm upset, I'm gonna bring myself up.
That's what you got to do.
What am I mad about? I got my bills paid. I got my dream job. I'm helping whoever, whenever, because of whatever. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think that there has to always be no reason for to help somebody, but ultimately you gotta have a reason to help somebody, bro. Are you helping somebody to make yourself feel better? Or are you helping somebody to make them feel better?
Sounds like you're
Maybe I don't know. You know what I mean?
sounds like you're a man of God in some way.
Um, Religion is not something that's in my head daily
Hmm.
because I don't think I've been to church since probably 2014, 2015, or my grandpa died 2017, or I don't really know the years too well, but my grandma was I think my grandma was the only reason that I ever went to church. So after that, I just never really. I don't say that I don't believe in God or I don't believe in a couple verses in the Bible, but I don't read and I don't preach. But if my wife wants to go to church, let's go. You know what I mean? But that's just not something on my agenda. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not very, very religious. I can be a little religious here and there, but I don't I don't deny it. I don't accept it or anything like that. You know what I mean?
So like you're stuck in between at this point in your life.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit in between. You know what I mean? Something that I think about daily is if someone's foreseeing everything, then why if and he's making it all this stuff, why can't he not make stuff or not do this or not do that? But
See, I
that's
love
why I
that.
don't understand. A lot of people are like, I mean, I don't know. That's a religion for me is a really touchy topic. So I really don't even think about stuff like that half the time. Let me I'm in a bad place. Let me talk to somebody that's not there. something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
So I'm glad you said that because I used to
Comfort.
be the same exact way, and I used to not believe at one point. I went from growing up believing, and then I went from like complete atheist, like this is all bullshit, and then my life shifted so much once I started accepting God back into my life to where I have had so many good things happen to me the last 5 years that there's no other explanation in my opinion besides that. But I get what you're saying. I really do because I was stuck in that phase for a long time, and I think every man goes through that eventually. Now, a matter
Yeah,
of
and you know what? I hope one day that I do get past it. But for now, I guess I'm not really like I'm not an atheist or anything like that, and I'm not saying like you can't believe in something, but just let me believe what I believe.
from what I hear and the way you describe yourself, you may not go to church, which I don't think is a problem because church is man-made. You can have faith and you can
Yeah.
walk by God every day. There's no such thing as you have to go to this certain building on this certain day at this certain time to be good. Like
Yeah, God said to do this for this person, or God said to do that for this person, but I want to do that for this person because I want to do that. God didn't tell me,
exactly.
"Hey, you go 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 work on that guy's car for free.
You have that good in
Stop
your
stop on
heart.
the side of the road and go help that person." You know what I mean? Because I just can't not do it, bro. If I see like, what if it was my mom? What if it was my
Exactly.
sister? What if it was my chick? What if it was anybody in the freaking world? You know what I mean? Why not help somebody if you have the the way to help? You know what I mean?
That shows you have it
Uh,
in your heart, bro. It really does.
and if I'm being honest, I could be uh way bigger than I am now. Shop wise and stuff like that. But man, I help too much, man. I help just because, and I need help, and I'm helping people. It's crazy because I need help myself, and I won't ask for it. I don't never ask for it because I've always just done everything by myself. There's the only person that's ever helped me was like my mom. I'm not saying that my other family never helped me or anything like that, but my mom's just she's been there. You know what I mean?
So your mom's like your rock, pretty much.
Yeah. So we always joke this little thing, like my mom didn't want me. She was always leaving me random places like Piggly Wiggly back in the day. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but she would leave me, you know what I mean? Like who doesn't? Back in the day they used to forget savages and they wouldn't even care, but these days 5 minutes and somebody's calling the cops on you or something like that, you know what I mean?
Facts.
But she always jokes and says, "Oh, I didn't want you, I didn't want you." But I mean, the love's always there, bro. You know what I mean?
That's just her love
She can't get
language.
rid of me now.
Yeah, it's her love
Yeah, she
language. It's
can't. She
humor.
can't get rid of me now.
For sure.
Yeah,
That's really
dude,
good.
my whole family's love language is humor, bro. You can't. We can't be serious. If you know me, if you know me, I'm not, man, dude. If you catch me on a serious day, I don't know if it might be that bad day for me, but you know,
Nah,
I'm always doing some other shit.
I get that,
What's
man.
good, pop?
So high work ethic, big family man. Sounds like you're a good soul overall. You always want to do the right thing, even if
I
no one's
got
looking.
I got my problems. Who doesn't have their own problems and stuff like that? But
Hmm.
I try to deal with them in my own way. I don't put my problems on other people daily or anything like that. You know what I mean? That's what I try to not do. Yeah, if I'm mad at myself because I'm not doing something that I should be doing, I shouldn't be taking that out on somebody else. They don't know what the fuck I got going on or what I have going on. You know what I mean?
So who taught you that
Or you
mindset,
also don't know that.
or is that something you learned on your
I
own
don't know. I don't know, man. Uh, my mom, maybe.
from observing, or she verbally
My
told you that's how you had to handle your problems?
Nah, man. If I have a problem, I'ma handle it.
Hmm.
That's it. If I have a problem, I'ma handle it. If it's my problem, I'm gonna get it done.
So
I don't I
you're
don't ask for help. And
you're self-reliant then, and you have a pretty much a strong mindset because not many people these days are able to get it out themselves. Like they have to literally seek help and attention from numerous people, even social media. So you're the type to just say, you know what, like I'm a fucking man, I'm gonna do this. I don't care. Like it has to get done. We're getting it
Yeah,
done.
exactly. Yeah, because who's gonna do it for my family if I don't?
Facts, facts.
You know what I
That's
mean?
powerful right there.
Nobody's gonna pull up. Nobody's gonna pull up to a family's house and be like, "Damn, this grass is high. Let me cut that shit for you." You see that shit all on time, all the time on Facebook and stuff like that. But nobody really does that.
They do it for
You know what I mean?
monetization money. Like they get paid to do it.
Exactly.
So they're not doing it for free.
Exactly.
They might have at one point, but they
Exactly.
had the motive like, hey, this is gonna blow up one day. So I'm gonna do it for free now so I can make money later. So I'm doing a kind thing, but at the same time I'm helping myself. So it's not
Yeah.
really genuine.
Exactly. I do that all the time. I do that all the time. I try to help other people in ways that really doesn't help me, and that's my problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I said, I'm a very big people pleaser, and that really affects my life sometimes. And that's something that I need to change, but it's real hard because I'm a people pleaser. You know what I mean? Like
Have you always been that way?
crazy. Um, I think whenever I was younger, I was just some goofy ass little dude that didn't care.
You were pretty goofy. I remember you back in school.
Yeah, yeah. So like literally I was just some goofy dude that hung out with whoever literally wanted to hang out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I guess ever since I guess my grandma passed away and that really changed me. You know what I mean?
of course.
Ultimately that all really just goes to where I've to how I've been acting these last couple years, you know what I mean? Well, more than a couple, but you know.
I'm kind of curious. What kind of relative was she to you? 'Cause it sounds like she had a big
She was
impact
my
on your life.
she was my grandma and you know, I live in her house now.
Nice. So like
So
you feel the energy every day.
I was yeah. Everyone's always telling me, "Oh, that's weird." You know, 'cause she passed away in that house. You know what I mean? She passed away literally 6 feet next to where I sleep.
Hmm.
But you know what? I walk into that house, bro, and I've never felt any type of negative energy in my life, bro. I walk into that house, man, and it's comfort immediately.
It's home.
And it's still in the middle of remodeling and stuff like that. And my wife, she gets upset at me because there's not some things in the house that should be there. You know what I mean? But it's a work in progress. You know what I mean?
If you don't mind, can you tell me more about your wife? How did you even meet your wife?
Okay, so I was walking to no, not Silver Star. I was walking to Yumi's one day.
Hmm.
You know, a couple days before that, I was on Snapchat with one of her friends, and I was like, "Hey, who's that?" You know what I mean? And she was like, "Oh, she's with so and so or whatever." And I was like, "Ah, shot down immediately." She told me like, "Hey, she's with somebody." So like 2 weeks later, I was walking down the road and I see that same friend with that same girl, and I was walking with my little niece. My wife always says, "Oh, I picked you up on the side of the road." She really did. After that, after that, one day she picked me up. We went to my brother's and we chilled out a little bit. You know, I've always been a sesh guy, so we had a couple sessions and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So after that, she never left. I never left.
Nice. It was like an instant click.
I had my yeah. It was just like that, man. Like literally, there's really nothing much more to it. You know what I mean?
Marriage is a very complicated thing in today's world. So, how has you as a man decided, hey, this is going to be the one person I'm with for the rest of my life, no exceptions? That's a big decision for a man.
Um, I have not proposed to her yet, but I know she does deserve it. You know, it has been a long time, and these days, uh, the economy is very down. And I'm not saying that I didn't have the money in the past, but sometimes you just overlook stuff like that in the moment.
No, I feel that because
You know what I
I
mean?
say I'm married too, and I have a ring. You know, I walk around, I say my wife every day to everybody, but I'm not
Yeah,
legally married. But truthfully, I don't believe in that because that's a commitment that you make to somebody, and it's a mindset being married. I don't need a piece of
yeah,
paper from the
exactly.
courthouse saying, "Hey, you are tied to this person." Like, who the fuck are you to tell me I need to document my love life? Like, bro, like the fuck. So I truthfully
Exactly.
don't believe you
I
need to
feel
do
the
that.
same. I feel the same way, but it's gonna happen for me soon. I do understand where she's coming from, and we're gonna be together forever. So why can't I just do it?
Exactly. I mean, if
I love her.
yeah,
I love her, and I appreciate every single thing that she does for me and my son. And why can't I show her that I appreciate that by giving her some little a little ring? You know what I mean?
exactly.
She's gonna get that soon. She's been asking a lot, and she's gonna get it soon for sure.
Well,
She deserves it.
the fact that you already have the mindset of that's your wife, you're already in the right steps. So now it's just a matter of getting the material things to finalize it pretty much, which it will
Yeah,
happen
for sure.
and
Yeah,
you'll know exactly when to do that. You know what I mean? You already have it in your mind. So it's just a matter of implementing it. And who knows? I mean, you
yeah,
started
for
up a new
sure.
shop this year. So this might be the year. It might boom. Things might go so well. It's like, why not?
2025 is my year, bro. It's gonna be my year. Man, I started from nothing. I started from nothing. Maybe 3, 4 years ago, somebody stole my tools, and man, dude, man, I was upset. Like I was, I tell everybody that I don't know what depression is or anything like that because I don't have. I tell everybody I don't have time for depression or anxiety or anything like that. But whenever something like that hits you, bro, you know what I mean. Like it's big. It's a big impact. Whenever you get calls from people and you have to tell them like, man, you have to go somewhere else, and that's gonna affect them. I've had those customers for however long.
Yeah.
What if they go find a better mechanic
Yeah.
and I just never hear from them again? You know what I mean?
Those weren't your people
So
then. That's all it means.
yeah, well, I totally understand that, and I've never had that happen to me ever. I have such a big clientele base out here in Alice, man. So I think my oldest customer that I have right now is probably around 9 to 10 years that I've had them, and I'm very grateful for all the work that I get here in Alice and the surrounding areas. Um, it's amazing.
That's dope,
It's
man.
amazing.
That's dope. It means you're a good people person. Because people to keep coming back to you, that just shows that it's more than just your service. It's you that they're buying into.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have people that come to me that have never been to me before, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, so and so said this, and oh man, he was right. He was right about this, and he was right about that." I have people coming that, "Hey, I took my truck here to this shop. I took my truck here to this shop. We couldn't figure out. We were already almost $2,000 deep. 2 hours later, man, oh, it's fixed. Go ahead, take it. Oh, how much do I owe you? You know, a couple $100. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Whenever in reality, I just shortchanged myself almost $1,000 of work.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But that $1,000 in my head, it's gonna come back to me.
For sure.
Something's gonna happen to somebody else, and I'm gonna help them again. Just because some other person told me, "Hey, this guy helped me. Maybe he'll help you." Yes, I will. I will help you.
That's
You know
dope,
what I
man.
mean?
We need more of that
Yeah.
in
Give.
where we're from because where we're from is so filled with negativity. Anything that's positive, I commend that because it's so easy to fall into negativity in that space. It really is.
Yep, for sure.
So is that why
Yep.
you choose to be
I
positive as
agree.
well? You want to be the difference in that town, bring it back.
A couple years ago, I was nobody, man. And it's crazy. You know, I walk down the road and somebody says, "Hey, you worked on my car this long ago," and I'm like, "Oh man, dude." And I never really think about it as positivity, like, but I guess it's just me. I try to be positive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to walk around mad all day for
Hmm.
no reason. It takes so much energy out, like for no reason. Why are you gonna be mad at somebody that you don't even know? Why are you gonna be mad at somebody that don't even know you? Why would you waste that type of energy on somebody? So the positivity thing is not really a positivity thing to me. It's just life, I guess. You know what I mean? Why would you walk around wanting a shitty life, being mad all the time?
Exactly. Exactly. So you
Yeah.
don't focus on being positive. You just that's just how you are as a person. And if that falls into that
If I'm mad,
category, so be it.
if I'm upset at that moment, I'm gonna be upset.
Hmm. Which you should be.
If yeah, if I'm happy at that moment, I'm be happy. If I'm sad at the moment, I'm gonna be sad. But at the end of the hour or couple of hours that I'm sad, I need to pick myself up because who's gonna pick myself up? Who's gonna pick me up? Who's gonna pay for my bills? Who's gonna pay for my son's diapers? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
That's dope.
um,
That's a powerful message and mindset you have, which I do admire because I'm in that realm myself where it's like I have friends and you know what I mean. Sometimes they go to a McDonald's, bro, and they fucking put ketchup instead of mustard, and they're in the group chat on the Discord throwing a big ass fit. Like, I can't believe this shit. Like, they do this every time, and I'm like, bro, understand what you're saying right now. If something like that
yeah,
happens to you every time you go, why are you still going? That's the
yeah, you're
message.
just making yourself upset at that point.
Yeah, so stop going to places where they don't cater to you. Just like life, stop going
Yeah,
places where
exactly.
you're not valued. Stop going places where every time you're there, it messes with your spirit. Like, it's just I tell them, I think whatever higher being it is, whether it's God, the universe, whatever the fuck, something will happen to you repeatedly until you learn to stop doing it. And if you never learn, you will
Yeah,
live your life
yeah, for
going through
sure.
it every single time,
Yeah. What's the definition of insanity?
repeating the same bullshit
You know what I
pretty
mean?
much and expecting
Yeah,
different
every
results.
day, same thing. Exactly. Exactly. So let's say you go to McDonald's 5 times, they forget your fries 5 times. You go the sixth time and they don't do it. Why are you even mad at this point?
Why are you still going?
Exactly. Like go somewhere else. Go anywhere else for that sixth time that might help you out a little bit. You know what I mean? Or not make you mad, or maybe they'll give you that extra ketchup that you wanted or
Pretty
something
much.
like that. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
Because at
why
this point, that's how irrelevant it is. You know what I mean? Like
facts.
I don't know.
That's why I am the way I am today because I realize, hey, I keep having fallouts with people. I keep getting in drama. I keep fucking up things with people and myself. So it's like at one point I used to blame everybody but myself until one day I realized, hey, maybe I'm the fucking problem, and that's perfectly fine. Let's fix
Yeah,
that. So I started changing, dude,
yeah, and
and here
it
we
takes
are.
a lot to actually admit that you are the problem whenever you're already blaming others for it.
You can only be the victim so many times in a story.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you find
Yeah,
yourself the victim of every scenario, chances are you're probably the fucked up one,
for sure,
or at least part of the
for sure.
reason. You know what I mean? So that's the type of shit I'm on right now. Like I come from a very weird background. Like I have that family that's like they're there for you, but they make it impossible to be around. You know what I mean? They'll help you and then they'll talk mad shit about helping you to everybody else in the family. And it's like, well, why the
Yeah,
fuck are you helping me? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so I had to like get away from a lot of that, choose a lot of peace. And it gets a little lonely sometimes because you have limited options to fall back on. But like you said, it's like only person who's gonna do it for yourself is yourself. So if you have people you can rely on, awesome. If you don't, hey, keep going. You know what I mean? Life continues
yeah.
regardless.
Don't. Yeah, yeah. Keep going, man. That's at the end of the day, that's all we can do. You know, who doesn't? Uh, it's a touchy topic, but suicide and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I forgot the saying. It's a death is a temporary solution to, or something like that. I don't know. It's I don't even think about stuff like that. It's hard because, like I said, my emotions don't really cover death now that my grandma is away. You know what I mean?
To me, it's just it should never be an answer to do that to yourself because
Exactly.
you're
Yeah.
solving quote unquote your issue, but all you're doing is dragging that on to your family. And then now your family has
Exactly.
to deal with that. So and then that could create a domino
My mom
effect.
and my tia in the background.
Hello.
Oh, shit.
No, you're
My
good.
son's being a little wild.
No, you're perfectly fine, man. That's baby Lugo right
Say
there.
hi. Yeah, say
With
hi.
the
This
Hot
is this
Wheels
is
car?
Ryan.
Yes,
This is
sir.
Ryan Alexander. He's gonna be the first electric motorcycle racer in Alice.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
I don't know about that, but in the family, I guess.
I'll manifest it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope.
Exactly.
So your kid, right? Do you want your kid to be like you or do you want them to create their own story?
I want my kid to be 100% himself. And if he wants to be like me, then that's okay with me. You know what I mean?
I like that.
Um,
Some dads want their kids to be like the exact carbon copy of themselves, and I'm like,
yeah,
your
dude, I
kid
do
should be
some
the better
fucked up ass
version of
shit
you.
sometimes. I don't want my son to be doing some stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
no, I'm just kidding. I'm a great person, but you know what I mean? Like, it just it was just a kind of example, I guess, whenever I said that. But
I don't feel that. I don't want
I
my
want him
kid
to
to be in a
be,
trap house at 13 years old either.
yeah,
What the fuck was I
exactly.
doing
You know what
there?
I mean? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
I remember I was like 13, 14,
But
bro, smoking weed with fucking dudes in their 20s, and I'm like, why are y'all doing this with me? Y'all are fucking weird. Like, you're giving a
and
child
then they were
drugs.
like, "Nah, you're cool, bro. You're cool, bro. You're cool."
Like, some of them were
Yeah.
females too, and I'm like, y'all are pedophiles, low key. Like, straight up, what are you doing
Ah,
here?
right.
Like, what
But
the?
it's cool. What's up, though? Ah,
At the moment,
right. Yeah, no.
hindsight, I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah.
was a victim. I didn't even realize
Yeah, I
it.
was a victim.
It'd be
Good
like that.
times. Good times. Ah, right. Nah.
Do you feel like
But yeah,
being
I
exposed to
was
that
in
shit is
some.
crazy? Like at that age?
I was a very sheltered child,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think I knew. I don't think I knew what cocaine was until I was like 16,
That was William Adams doing it, bro.
15. Yeah, that's wild, bro. I didn't do cocaine until I was like 22, 21.
I
Like,
was like 13 years old in the
I
bathrooms.
was at my ranch smoking weed whenever I was like 8 years old. I would like crawl to this dude's house. His name was Rufus, and he would sell me a
Rufus.
joint for $1. He would sell me a joint for $1, bro. Little bitty skimpy ass joint, but you knew that motherfucker was gonna get you stoned as fuck, man.
Shout out
But
Rufus.
yeah, RIP to that guy, bro.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. Life is short.
Yeah, he died a while back.
That is
Yeah, he was a
crazy.
good ass guy, man, for sure.
So I'm curious. You talked about family, your son, you talked about your mindset, where you are right now, where you used to be. So I want to know, what do you expect out of yourself? Because you've changed a lot the last 10 years. What are the next 10 years from
For
today
sure.
look like?
Man, 10 years? Uh, I don't even know, man. I want to, 10 years is a long time, and I've never really even, I don't, I don't look into the future the way I should because I have a son now.
Hmm.
But I'd say maybe I got a little 5 year plan worked up.
What's that look like then?
I
5 years
have,
from today. What do you expect in 5 years from now out of yourself?
all right, I'm gonna give you a little bit. In 2 years, I want to have a soup kitchen,
Nice.
nonprofit.
Okay.
It's not set in stone or anything, but everybody has goals. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So here in Alice, I want to bring the first, a soup kitchen or nonprofit eatery here in Alice. That's what I want to do. A little bit later, I actually want to be able to be involved in my son's life.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I already know it's not gonna happen. Not that it's not gonna happen, but I want this guy to be able to do whatever he wants. So if he wants to be a Formula One racer, I want him to be able to earn to be able to be a Formula One racer. I don't want to give it to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's millionaires out there that, oh yeah, here a couple $1 million, go play with your toys. You know what I mean? No, I want to actually earn anything that he has or whatever he wants to do in this life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because there's valuable lessons along that journey.
For sure.
And if you're given everything, you don't learn nothing. You don't grow. You don't prosper. Nothing.
Exactly.
So yeah, you got to struggle,
You can
especially as a
give
man.
it.
You have to struggle.
Yeah, I'm a mechanic right now, and I want to give him everything that I have. And I'm not gonna force him to do that, but it's gonna be his option.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's dope, man. That's dope. What made you even want to do your own shop? Because most people are comfortable working for someone else their whole life. So what made you decide, no, I'm gonna own my own shit?
I guess I don't know. Yeah, my mom. whenever my dad was always working, he was never home. I never thought about stuff like that either way. My mom, she's an RN now, and she was going to school a lot, and I saw her do long days, long nights, and stuff like that. And that that really messed with me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, make $1,000 for somebody, and you're gonna get $10.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
then let's do it again tomorrow. Let's do it again tomorrow. But after I really didn't realize that I didn't want to work for anybody until I was probably like 20, I guess, somewhere around there. But I knew that I was gonna have to work for somebody for a while to be able to be able to be where I was at. I just didn't think that it was gonna hit this hard
Hmm.
because after from I guess maybe 21 through that gap to 21 to 30, a lot of stuff happened, and I did a lot of different jobs and stuff like that, and ultimately it's just something that I stuck with, I guess. And it's not that I really wanted it. I really wanted it. It's just something that really interested me. I guess I did want it.
That's why we're here,
But
right?
I mean, yeah, yeah, I guess so. But it's a lot of my family members did small things that helped me along the way. You know what I mean? Certain family members did certain things that made me want to do this and made me want to do that. So I can't say maybe one family member made me want to do all this.
As a
Is
community,
everyone contributed? Yeah. Yeah,
takes a
it was my
village to
little
raise a
ranch, bro. I
child.
loved. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I was always around good people, and even if they weren't good people, they were doing good things around me. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. So you want to give back to the community a lot. So honestly, I'm actually on board with that. Like I would dead ass like help you with that process if I can because I moved away from Alice because I didn't feel like the vibes there were good for me and I feel like I couldn't grow there. So anyone that's willing to help the community get better and build the town into like something more prosperous, I'm always on board with that, man, cuz I feel like there's so much potential in that town. There really is. It's just we need people that
Yeah, man, there really
want
is.
to do something other than just create fast food restaurants and just so we can just continue to get fat,
Exactly.
drink alcohol, maybe
Yeah.
go bowling or watch a movie and
Zup.
then hang out at the backyard. Like there's so much potential we could have in that town.
Yeah, I had that alcohol phase.
Same.
Uh I never dropped the marijuana phase because I love marijuana. I don't know why. But that alcohol phase, my dad, he was whenever I was a little bit younger, and I think maybe in the age that I could comprehend what was going on,
Hmm.
he was at that time he was a bad alcoholic. And to the point where he would wake up and he would start we joke about this, but it's really not funny at all. He used to beat up air conditions. Oh, it's cold. You know what I mean? Start beating him up and stuff like that. And he would wake up and he would pee in his drawers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But he got through it. He's a great person now, and he's always been a great person. That alcohol always just brings out the worst in people. You know what I mean?
That's why I don't drink
Um,
at all.
yeah, but now I don't, man, I don't drink. I used to drink, bro, and eventually I just stopped, man. I don't know if it's because I just drank too much or like, something like that, but I want to drink. Sometimes I want to go out. I want to drink, but I'll take that first sip, bro, and I'll just be like, yeah, I don't want it after. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know what it is. I always kind of blame my dad for that, but it's not really a blaming issue because I guess I just don't want it enough. Because if I wanted to drink, I guess I would drink.
I think
I'll take a shot here and there. Like the other day, whenever we finalized on the property, you know what I mean? My homeboy, he wasn't gonna give me a shot. And I said, nah, pour that shit, bro. Let's do it. Give me a shot. Let's celebrate a little bit. You know what I mean? But I don't drink, bro. I don't know why, man. It's crazy.
it's just not aligned with your spirit right now. The old you would
Yeah,
have
I
indulged,
guess so.
but the new you
Yes,
understands that
exactly.
you don't get a benefit out of doing it. That's the way I see it.
Exactly. Who wants who doesn't want to be in control of themselves?
Plus,
You know what I
you've
mean? Like
seen what
why would
alcohol
you not
does.
want to do that?
Yeah, you've
Exactly.
seen what it
Exactly.
does, and compare, like you said, your father. Compare him now to then. It's night and day. So why would you want to consume something that would make you into the worst version of yourself?
Exactly.
That's the way
Exactly.
I've
And
always seen it.
I'm not saying that I'm always about being the best version of myself because there's some things that I've done that are are not okay with me.
Hmm.
But ultimately, I mean, you just got to think about your actions, bro. Like,
Yes.
don't go punch a cop and expect not to go to jail, bro.
You
You
punched a
know what I
cop?
mean? No, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
I was like,
no.
oh dear, what
I'm
did
just
that
saying,
cop
like,
do?
I'm just saying it's. It was just an example, like, you
Hmm.
know what I mean? Don't go punch a cop and expect for him to be like, oh, dude, didn't even hit that hard. Whatever, go home. No, you're
Exactly.
gonna go punch a cop and you go to fucking jail, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell?
That's
But
crazy as
uh,
fuck.
but if you want to put it in my eyes, don't run from the cops and run out of gas. So
There you go.
that's a helpful
Before
tip.
you do stupid shit, make sure you're well equipped to do it.
Yeah, make sure you got enough motion.
The motion, this guy. So, I'm actually curious. So, what would you say is the best part of your journey throughout life so far? What's one thing you're like, you know what? This is the one thing I learned that I can pass down to my kid to where it'll benefit him in his future.
I want him to feel the I want him to feel the joy it brings when you do something correctly for people.
Hmm.
You could take your car to a mechanic shop and they'll just quick fix that and charge you $200. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But a month down the line, they're gonna bring it back and be like, "Oh, I took it to someone a month ago and they did this and that." And then I'm like, "Oh, clearly I can see they just did this and this and whatever. Let's go ahead and fix that for you, get you back on the road so you won't ever have to worry about that again." So, you know what I mean? That seeing seeing a lot of people that go to a lot of different mechanic shops, and I'm not saying that the mechanic shops don't fix their stuff, but in these days it's all about the band-aid. You know what I mean? Like, cause a lot of people say, "Hey, job security, let me fix this." Next time she'll come back for that. And I joke about that to my guys. I'm like, "Hey, job security, bro." But at the end of the day, I'm gonna fix it myself. Like, if I didn't pay them to fix it, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm like, "Hey, you know what I mean? I was just kidding, guys. Like, y'all don't ever do that." Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I try. I want him to feel in whatever he does. It doesn't have to be mechanics or he can do whatever he wants. I just want him to do that, and I want him to feel good, and I want other people to make him feel how I feel whenever I work on their cars, because it really does make me happy to see people leave my shop and see him out on the road like, "Oh man, I fixed that," or "Hey, I did that. Man, that car was sitting for 6 years. I brought it back from the gravel." You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
stuff like that. Like, so I don't know. So whatever he wants to do, I just want him to be able to feel that joy. Hopefully I'm a good enough parent to whenever he's at that age to make him access those access those feelings or accept those feelings, something like that.
Hmm.
I think I don't know how I can say it correctly.
From what I can tell, he's in good hands, man. Because who you were when I first met you years ago, the fact that, like, think about it, you don't even remember meeting me. That's how out of our minds we were at that age
Yeah,
compared
for
to
sure.
now.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the time more or less that I met you and where I was at in my life, and it wasn't a bad place, but it wasn't a very good place. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
And you met.
I'm very glad to see you to see both of us in a very much better place, man.
It's all. That's the only option to get better. That's my only option.
Yeah.
But from 10 years from then to now, so much has changed. So much has grown since then. So honestly, your kid's still like a little baby. You know what I mean? Pretty much. So another 10 years from now, I can only see you keep evolving into something better. And then another 10 years down the line, you know what I mean? You're going to be a great mentor. I could tell already because you want to do the right thing. You preach doing the right thing. And you don't expect anything out of doing the right thing. So you are going to be a great role model as a person. You know what I mean? Like screw financials, screw status, screw materialistic shit. As a person, you are on a great path, and I hope to see you continue to do that. And honestly, I
Yeah,
want to
me
see
too,
the
man.
community grow more because of you as well. And who knows, man?
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see what I can do in this community, man. If people let me. You know what I mean?
I have a buddy of mine that's a mutual contact of yours. His name is Carlos, and
Yeah, Carlos.
yeah, he plans on doing big things for the community one day. We've had some conversations, so there's no doubt. You know what I mean? All of us teaming up one day
Yeah,
to do something cool.
I've been trying to tell him, man. He that not I'm not saying that he can do better, but I know he wants to do better, and I know he wants to do more. So as soon as I got my shop, I told him I was like, "Hey, man, let's collab." You know what I mean? Like, let me do some work. If it's over $200 or $300, we'll throw in, like a detail or something like that, and then we'll get you on the out on the books just like I am out. It's self advertisement. You know what I mean? Like through each other and stuff like that. Um. I support small businesses because I am a small business myself. And I don't know what I would do without other small businesses here in town. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Support local instead of a corporate business that doesn't care about you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I talk to Carlos too, and I tell him all the time, like, you gotta go harder, bro. You gotta go harder. Like, and I told him, you know what I'm gonna do
Yeah.
for you? I'm gonna hold you accountable this year because we had ideas last year, right? So I'm gonna hold you accountable, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lead by example. So like, I don't know if you noticed on my page, I'm pushing content every single fucking day. I'm pushing
Yeah.
content, and every week I'm
All
pushing
day.
an
Hmm.
upload. Actually, I've been uploading 3 times the past week, and now I got the podcast rolling. I got merch rolling. Like, I got so much shit I'm doing, and then we're doing short films right now. So yesterday I was at my buddy's house, and we're having a get together like family wise. But we also had our camera guy there, and we're over here sitting talking about film edits, camera shots, angles, and we're planning how we're gonna do this. So like, I'm doing a million things this year, and it's not to flex or nothing, but it's just like, bro, I'm a father of three. I'm a husband. I work 10 hours a day, 5 days a week,
Yeah.
and I make time to do all these things, and I also have time to fuck around and goof off on the video games, bro. Like, and I watch
Yeah.
YouTube
Hey,
every day,
we
bro.
all have the same amount of time in the day, bro. And it's what we do with it. You know what I mean? If you're doing drugs all day with it, then that's you. I want to be making this money all day, bro. And if I'm not making the money, I want to be setting it in motion
Exactly. You're
for
setting yourself
tomorrow
up.
or for next week or for whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
That's why I got no sympathy for people who are like, "Oh, I just don't got the time," or "It's too hard." I'm like, there's no such thing. If you want to do it, you'll do it. Like this podcast, bro. Literally, I'm
exactly.
using a
Exactly.
fucking webcam, a USB microphone, and a laptop. I don't need a fancy production to start it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what you want, bro. That's what I mean. I'm using my niece's iPad right now.
See, but you wanted to be on a
So, you
podcast,
know
and
what I
here
mean?
you are. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a studio. You don't need anything. It's just
Yeah.
get on the shit and do it. Because either way, like, we're starting off, and everyone loves to see the underdog turn into the top dog, right? So right now, this is the starting
Exactly.
foundation of this podcast. I promise you, Alex, 10 years from now, I'm gonna
Let's do
be.
another one in 10 years. Yeah.
I guarantee
Let's do
you,
another
Alex,
one in 10
in
years, bro. See how it goes.
in 10 years, I'm gonna be famous for podcasting. I'm telling you, like it's happening. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna have like
Yeah,
about
bro. I'm
fifty
gonna
thousand
be
to 100,000 subscribers, and this is gonna be a big thing. I'm gonna have a whole production. I know it's gonna happen.
yeah. I believe in you, bro. 100%. I believe in you.
See, I love hearing
'Cause
shit like that because I believe in myself. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to. But when you have other people
exactly.
who tell you like I
Exactly.
could see it happening, and I've had plenty of people. But here's the thing about that, all right? Because people are funny. So you're one of the few people who actually said that, and you actually support the podcast. You like, you share, you comment, you do all that shit. And I didn't even know you. You're like, to me, you were just a random acquaintance that I've known but didn't really know, and you're showing more support than
Yeah,
people I've known my whole life that are close to me, right? So I get people
yeah,
who message me about the podcast and they're showing mad love to the podcast, but they don't like anything, they don't comment, they don't share, and it's like, why are you able to show support in private, but you won't do it for everyone to see? What the fuck is that
in
about?
public.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So you got to watch out for
yeah,
people like that. Some people show a lot of fake love. It's weird.
yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, I agree.
But you've been a real one, man. I didn't even know you, and you've been a real one. So I appreciate that. And because of that, because you share good energy, I do the same thing for you. If I see something going on, I'm gonna take the time out of my day. I'm gonna interact, and I'm gonna wish you well and all that good shit, and spread the word.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know what? Nobody needs to do that. But why? But why can't you?
It takes 2 seconds out of your day. You're gonna scroll all day either way. Why not
Yeah,
make
you're gonna see it 5 times. You're gonna see it 5 times while you're scrolling all motherfucking day long. Why can't you just like it real quick? Give it a quick share. You know what I mean? Quick comment or something. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be on your phone regardless.
And my whole thing is I want to work so hard it pisses people off. It really, like,
Yeah,
it's gonna weed out all the people who aren't really there for me. Because I've had, like, even on Instagram, bro, I've been pushing content. I've had like 5 people this week unfollow me, and it's like, good. I don't want you here. I want people who fuck with me to be here
yeah,
only. You know
exactly,
what I mean? So those people weren't my people.
exactly. Unfollow the shit out of me, bro.
But
Unfollow the shit out of me.
whenever I was partying and spreading negativity and fucking doing drugs and making fucking insane rap music, yeah, y'all were all there supporting that bullshit. But now that I'm on a
Cool, cool, cool. Supporting my stupidity, but
yes,
you know,
but now that I'm on a positive
but
route,
where's the
yeah,
support in my wealth? And
exactly.
and wealth doesn't have to be money.
Mm-hmm.
Wealth can be, just feeling accepted. You know what I mean? That's wealth.
Facts.
Being accepted through your community, that's wealth. Because you can have billions of dollars and people are gonna be on you. Hey Alex, how you doing? What are you doing? I missed you. What are we gonna do today? Let's go somewhere. Let's do this. Let's do that. But you know what I mean?
I feel that, bro. A
It's
hundred
never.
ten percent.
I don't know. I don't know.
A hundred
Yeah.
and 10%. But I'm glad that we got through this because I think this is a good point in the podcast to call it up. I think we hit everything there is to hit when it comes to your story so far. You know what I mean? Because we don't want to go into details about anything. There's no need for all that. People who know you from the community, they know. People who know me from the community, they
Yeah, they
know.
know.
There's no need. I mean, this is the internet.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
So I'm glad we had to have this conversation. You were a highly requested guest. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I had multiple messages saying like this needs to happen for sure. So I'm glad that we're kicking off the year. You're one of the first few guests I've had for 2025. So it's gonna be good. And who
Yeah,
knows?
thank you
Maybe,
for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
yes, sir. Maybe there's gonna be a part two because I'm sure your shop's gonna develop. You're gonna have more of a story to tell. You're gonna have a lot more to promote, and I can't wait for that day because I know it's gonna
Yeah, but
happen.
I got a lot more coming, man. I got those pantry boxes that are popping up here and there. You know what I mean? I got, that nonprofit deal that I want to do. I've been doing a lot of mini bike meets
Hmm.
and stuff like that. That's what I really want to, stuff within the community, man. That's what I want to do.
That's beautiful. So with that being
So
said,
definitely, if you can have me a year or two or whatever, I'm down, man.
we'll for sure make that happen. So with that being said, I want you to put all your plugs in. I want you to give the name of your shop, where it's at, where they can find you, socials if needed, and anything else you want to plug in so people know where to go find you.
All right. I just got my new shop. We're at 1440 County Road 344. It's kind of close to the airfield. My I'm on Lugo's Auto Everything is my page right now, but like I said, I just rebranded to Hub City Pit Stop. Me and my boy Troy Tanguma are gonna really be bringing it up this year for sure.
Hell yeah. And let's get Carlos in there detailing, bro. He's way too talented at that shit not to be doing
Oh
it.
yeah, bro. I can't wait for him to actually accept a bay that I'm trying to help him out with, man, because I got some space for him and I already know that he's gonna make it big.
I'm gonna call him right after this, bro. As soon as I hang, I'm gonna call him like, hey, get the fuck in there, bro. Get to work. Let's do it. Let's make those
Yeah,
dreams
bro.
happen, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna give you a little bit, call him, and I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, you need to like let's collab, bro. Hurry up. Yeah,
Fuck yeah, man.
for
With
sure.
that being said, it was great having you on, bro. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, rest of your year. I mean, I'll see you on social, so this ain't the last time we'll be talking. So nothing but
Nah, for
blessings for
sure,
you and your
bro.
family, man, and your business. Let's hope it prospers, and let's just keep going, bro. It's 2025 just started, and we're kicking it off really well. Let's keep it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good year, man. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I can't wait to see what we both have in store for the future, man. You
Too
have a
damn
great
much,
day.
bro. Inventory's so fucking full. We don't even need to order nothing else. We good.
Yeah, I fucking heard that. Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one. I'll catch you next time.
All right, bro. We're out, man. Have a good day.
I'm tryna dive your mind. You can do it if you try. Everybody tryna get fly. Everybody tryna get high. But do you mind?